Okay.
The difficulty I'm having with this is being able to start the recording right with the podcast. Even
Well,
though the theme
it was
song's
pissed
wrong.
me off because I was trying to change our Facebook page to license to view it, and won't let me change the fucking title, the name of the page.
Why not?
It said some. It gave me some bullshit thing of how our apparently our page was like violating their terms of use or something like that. And I was like,
What?
"What the fuck are you?" So I like appealed the decision, but I haven't heard anything from it. So I was like, I think our Facebook page is gonna be stuck on fucking ticket stubs because they won't let me change
Jeez.
it.
All right, I guess you put in parentheses. Can you change anything about it, or just it's stuck there?
I can change everything else about it. I just can't change the name.
Oh my god, it's
It's
ridiculous.
so stupid.
Fucking Facebook, man.
About to make a new page and just like I don't know.
Might have to,
So,
Jeez.
yeah,
Um,
probably easier.
but guys, hey, it's License to View the podcast, movie podcast on
Hey,
the internet, where two best friends get together talk about movies every week. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jason. With me, as always, my co-host Zach. Zach, what's going on, bub?
not much, man. Just recording this on a Saturday morning, so I just got off work. So I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's hitting me pretty hard. Plus, I didn't get my regular nap last night because we went. Actually, there's this axe throwing place in around our area that we went to last night, which is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so I did that, and we were there until like 11 o'clock, and then at that point I was like, I could go home and sleep for like an hour and a half, and then have to get up again, or I could just go to work and sleep there. So I slept at work.
There you go. And
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite. I have work in a couple hours, so I'm also feeling it because I don't want to. Whenever I have to, because you know, I work at nights, so the morning I wake up at normal time at 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I have a full day before I even get to work, and then I have a whole nother day.
Yeah.
Because at my job, people work 7 to 3, and then 3 to 11, and 11 to 7 or whatever. So
Okay.
I'm awake an entire shift of my job, and then I
Right.
have to go do my actual shift. It's a pain in the ass, man. I hate
Damn.
it. You know, but what you been watching, man? That's the first subject of the podcast. Is what we've been checking out. It's a low key episode, podcasting, relaxing, checking out some stuff. What you checking
Man,
out, man?
I got a list this week. I got some stuff. So first of all, update from last week. I finished Altered Carbon.
Right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, I think the ending it definitely got away from what I think the original premise of it was, but it still was pretty satisfying, and it leaves me interested to see what they're going to do for season two.
Right.
Um, so I'm excited for that. Um,
Yeah, I liked what I watched. I mean, again, I think I had only 2 episodes left, and I
yeah,
figured I was going to just rewatch it before the next season came out. Just rewatch the whole thing because I have no idea what happened. I have no idea who's the killer. I don't remember anything.
yeah,
All I remember is that like Asian guy was in a forest and they were fighting some people with his girlfriend or something.
yeah,
That's all I remember.
yeah. I think that's like episode like 6 or 7 or something
Okay,
like that.
there you go.
Yeah,
So I remember a decent bit.
yeah. So you got that. So yeah, I finished that. That was really good. Solid watch. I enjoyed that a lot. I definitely. It reminds me of like a. Yeah, I mean we talked about it a little last week, but it's something like the Ghost in the Shell, Blade Runner type
Yeah,
of vibe.
yeah.
But I like that in like a TV show format. I like the long form storytelling. I think especially for like detective stuff, long form storytelling works like quite a
Oh,
bit.
it's way better. It's way
Yeah,
better than serial or multiple episodes, like the True Detective type
yeah,
level. It's infinitely better than having it be a movie. I think.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
What else have you been checking
So
out?
then also I checked out. So I watched a new movie with our boy Mads Mikkelsen
Okay.
from Polar. Another movie where he's called The Arctic.
Oh right, yeah.
This is I didn't know this, but this is apparently the YouTuber Mystery Guitar Man is the director of this
Yeah, I heard about
movie.
that.
It was a really fucking good movie.
What a weird
Uh,
way to go.
I know what a strange thing to do. This weird like Arctic survival movie with Mads Mikkelsen as your main star, but yeah, it was fucking fantastic. It was a great movie. I highly recommend seeing it. Especially like in the theater. I think it was really good. He built up tension fairly well. um, the progression of Mads Mikkelsen's character of like him like figuring out that he has to like go and not just like stay at the wreck of this place and actually like go and try to like find help somewhere else, and seeing the progression of his character of going through all these like trials and tribulations and all this stuff. It was just really well done, and Mads was fantastic in it. So
So it said like, what's the movie called? Arctic.
yeah,
So it goes like the title screen Arctic, and it says starring Mads Mikkelsen, directed by Mystery Guitar Man. Or no,
it
it
says
used his real name,
I think it's his real name. It says Joe. I think Joe Penna is his real
something
name.
like
So it
that,
says
right?
directed by Joe Penna. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I think
big
he helped write it too.
that's a
So
big mistake, man. He should have went by
should
Mystery
have
Guitar.
gone for the mystery
But
guitar.
even then, honestly, I feel like anyone who would see that movie and would recall Mystery Guitar Man is like at a certain age now.
Yeah.
Like if you're under 18, I don't think you have an idea who, because he, I
No,
mean, I haven't, has he been big on YouTube since
I don't think he's been
2010? I
big
mean, I don't
since like
know. I never,
2014, 2015.
I
Maybe
never
was
really,
like
I
his
never
last.
watched him really, so I had no idea. I thought he just played guitars.
Yeah, I didn't really watch him either,
So
but
that the trailer for that looked kind of cool though. I thought it looked interesting.
it was a really interesting take. I enjoyed it quite a bit. A lot more than I thought I would. It was very like I got out of the movie and I was emotionally drained.
Okay.
But I don't usually watch movies like that. So it was interesting to me that I enjoyed it so much, because normally those like survival movies where it's like one guy on his own trying to make his way in the wilderness or whatever, and just doesn't really interest me, because it was I was talking about with a coworker, and a movie that recently came out that was, I think, similar in not necessarily like setting, but like in the tone, I guess, was the movie that came out like last year. It was like the two people that like got stranded on a yacht after
Right.
during a hurricane or something like that.
Right.
It was a similar type
Life
thing,
of
and I was like,
Pi.
I have no interest in that at all.
Life of Pi. Right.
Yeah,
Life of
Life of
Pi.
Pi.
Yeah. No, I have no.
But it was like, especially with those kind of movies, I feel like it's like, I don't know, it all hinges on like who the actor is.
Sure.
Because I think the other one that I thought of, I didn't see this one, but the other one that I was interested in one was the Robert Redford did one, I think, where he was like stranded on a boat or something like that. And so it's like it really just depends on who's starring in it with those type of movies for the
Oh
most part.
yeah.
Because you know what's gonna
Absolutely.
happen. It's just like misery porn, and
Pretty
this guy
much.
like, trying to survive, and all this like terrible fucking shit happens to him the whole time. So
And that's how I feel actually. And I didn't put this on my list because I didn't finish the movie, but I started watching Hold the Dark, Hold the Night, the Netflix movie
oh,
with
is
the
that
guy
the
from Westworld,
yeah,
the
the
wolves.
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey
is his name Jeffrey something?
something Jeffrey, or it's either Jeffrey something or something Jeffrey,
Yeah,
the black dude.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I honestly I didn't care about when I remember when it dropped. I forgot what it's called because I kept confusing Hold the no, the night comes for us, and then Hold the Dark, Hold the
Yeah, I
Night.
think it is called Hold the Dark. Yeah.
One of those two, right? Apparently, it's based on
Yeah.
a book. But when it came out, I didn't care about it at all. I didn't see any trailers for it, or I saw like the 13-second glimpse of the Netflix thing kind of playing. I didn't care. But then I
Yeah.
did some research on it, and I realized that it's directed by the guy who did Green Room and the guy who did Blue Ruin.
Okay.
And I love both those movies because both those movies are super duper suspenseful and super duper like, Blue Ruin is super like you on edge of your seat, literal tension, and then
Yeah.
Green Room is like super violent, gory, tension building. And that's Anton Yelkin's last movie, I believe. No, his
I
last
think it
movie was
was.
that
No, his
freaking
no, his last movie was
the two
Thoroughbred.
the two girls. Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
one of his last movies was
But yeah, Green
Green
Room was
Room.
one of his last ones. Yeah.
And I started watching it, and it didn't really connect with me, so I stopped
Mm.
watching it probably within 30 minutes.
It
Just
got me
didn't
interested.
care.
The only thing I haven't watched it yet, but the only thing that got me interested was I saw it described somewhere as like No Country for Old Men, but in the snow, which was
I got that vibe because I did some research on the director because I had no idea who he really was. I knew that he did those movies, but I didn't really do any sort of research on the guy. But he
right.
quotes the Coens as a pretty big influence,
Okay.
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
He says that I think I saw a Reddit interview AMA where he said that No Country for Old Men is one of his favorite movies. So
Yeah.
I mean that description would make sense to me. But
That makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
so what else you got?
Yeah. So the other two movies that I watched, we can go through them kind of quick, but I did a little bit of an Academy research
Okay.
before the Oscars. So I watched Roma. Um,
Yeah, it looked bad.
it's a beautiful looking movie, but it's boring as fuck. Halfway through, because it's like a 2 hour movie, and like by the hour long point, I was like, is this movie over yet? I was just
Which
so
is
ready
so
for it.
sad because I love that director.
Yeah, and I love his work too. And I mean, it's a beautiful looking movie, but it's just like, I mean, I think it's
It's
one of his
Oscar
more
porn.
niche movies where it's just
It's
a lot
Oscar
of, I
bait.
think the subject for a lot of people, it's just not going to hit for the most
Yeah.
part. But it is like a very personal movie for him.
Yeah,
But
and I'm not saying don't make those movies, and those movies don't have a
yeah,
place. They definitely do. But this Oscar bait, and that's fine. But
yeah,
when the guy who freaking made Children of Men,
yeah,
and then he made the best Harry Potter, in my opinion,
yeah,
isn't you could again, this is my person, and he made Gravity. Like the dude is good.
yeah,
Like not saying Roma, I haven't seen Roma, so I can't say if it's good or bad. But I can tell from the trailers, in the context of the film, that it's not for me.
yeah,
I'm not saying it's not gonna be good. Not saying I won't enjoy it, but I'm saying in terms of the dude made Children of Men. Let's stop it there.
yeah,
He made Children of Men. Like I
yeah,
want that again.
yeah.
But I guess you want to continually recreate yourself, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange, but I mean, I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I mean, it's shot beautifully, and I mean, the writing's well done, and it's interesting because it's all in Spanish, and so
right.
it's all that native tongue, and so it was interesting. But I mean, I don't know, I just wasn't interested in it, so it dragged on for me a lot more than I probably would like if it had not been nominated. If it had not been nominated for Academy Award, because I wanted to see what the hubbub was about before it happened. If it hadn't been nominated for that, and I tried to watch it on my own, I probably would have stopped watching it because it's just
Right.
not something that I was entirely enthralled by the whole time.
Sure. I get that.
And then the last thing I watched Black Klansman.
Okay.
It was a good movie. I was of all the Academy Award nominee movies I'd seen, um, stylistically, it was the most boring out of all of them.
Really?
Um,
Yeah, but Spike Lee's not that good of a director. Let's be honest.
yeah. Well,
He
that
does.
was the thing where it was like
Mm,
I was listening to my podcast and they were talking about that and they were like the Oscars isn't really about what the best movie is anymore. It's about
no.
movies that like have a message or something like that. I was like, no,
Yeah.
fuck that. Like it should be like the best movie, which is why I'm super upset that The Favorite basically got snubbed at the Oscar awards because The Favorite was my favorite movie of the year. I loved that movie so fucking much. The fact that they were made a period piece interesting was the most fascinating and most deserving of any sort of recognition, and it got
Right.
almost nothing.
No, yeah, that's exactly why I don't care anymore about the Oscars. I don't. I mean, it's been that way for a long time, but I
Yeah,
just don't care anymore. I don't watch it. Or I don't put any investment in it because why? Like
yeah,
we know that it's a board that votes for it, and it's just whoever buys the award, and it's
yeah,
about it's no longer about what was technically the best made movie
yeah,
or best story movie. It's about what can you say in a world where you have to have a message now versus just making a good movie.
yeah,
Because I don't think Spike Lee's a good director. I'd rather watch a Spike Jones movie, like it's
yeah,
flat out, and that's just because both of them they go by Spike. But
yeah.
like, am I saying that every Spike Lee movie is bad? No, for sure. But he remade Old Boy. I'm pretty sure, right? Or is that Spike Jones?
I
Which
think that
one
was
was
Spike
it?
Jones that did that. Yeah,
Okay, okay, Do the Right Thing, right? That's Spike
yeah.
Lee.
Do the Right Thing.
It's a fine movie.
The only movie of his that I've seen that I enjoyed was he did Inside Man with Clive Owen and Denzel, and I love that
Yeah,
movie.
that movie's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
I mean, of all of his movies, it's my favorite. But yeah,
like flat
it's
out, I would rather watch. I'd rather give that award if we're going again best movie, right? Which is obviously
yeah,
so subjective, and we talked about this 1,000 times
yeah,
before. Such a subjective thing. Is it best movie in terms of box office? Best movie in terms of being a hipster movie, like whatever you're talking about. But
yeah.
I don't think that A Star Is Born. I didn't see it, so I'm talking out my ass. But like, it's a remake. Should
It's a
remakes?
remake of a remake. It was fine. I mean, I think
Hey,
from what I know of it, Bradley Cooper put his own take on it, and I mean, I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I mean,
and
it's
and,
still
and
it's
then
like
like, I felt like the candidates this year for every award really was like jerk off material.
yeah,
Like it's just Oscar bait. It's Oscar bait shit, and that's
yeah,
perfectly fine. But Oscars were the Super Bowl. They
yeah,
were my Super Bowl before I started caring about the Super Bowl.
yeah.
And now it's kind of like, I know, okay, it's about gay people, that's gonna win. It's about black people, that's gonna win. About Hispanic people, that's gonna win.
Yeah.
Um, was Crazy Rich Asians nominated?
No, it wasn't nominated for anything.
Okay, so hey,
Yeah.
once once we get another Asian movie in the next 10 years, that
Yeah.
has to win because it's about another POC group, right?
I
And
can't believe it wasn't even nominated for anything. That
you would have
was
thought so, but whatever. But
because it was
I don't
nominated
know,
for the
man.
Golden Globes.
I don't know, man. I'm pessimistic when it comes to the Oscars, man. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
I am this year because I think the stuff that won was not any like Bohemian Rhapsody won like 5 awards. That movie is not like an award worthy movie, and it won like 5 different awards.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I
I
didn't
don't.
understand
Hey,
it.
let's give a Best Picture nominee option to a movie that's based on a person's fucking life.
Yeah,
That we can go back on VH1 and watch a documentary about fucking behind the music or whatever the
yeah,
fuck. We can go fucking watch that shit. You know. Well,
yeah.
well, good doing your due diligence, but I
Yes.
have a good list of things here that are complete opposite of Oscar movies.
Okay.
So I have a good list here. So number one, a movie that is also a remake, starring Bruce Willis. It's called The Death Wish.
Oh my God.
And it's a movie that came out this past year, and everyone just shit on it.
Eli Roth,
Eli
right?
Roth, yeah, everyone just shit on it, saying we don't need this movie. It's pro violence, it's pro gun, it's pro all this shit, and it got a really bad rating everywhere. Uh, it's not bad. It's a fine movie. It's a fine
Why?
action vengeance movie, revenge movie. It's fine. Is the original better? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this one bad? No. It's fine.
Is Bruce Willis better than Charles Bronson?
Uh, I would say in Death Wish 1, yeah. But in Death Wish 4, 5, then no. Bruce Willis is definitely better. But
Yeah.
just in terms of the way it's remade off of as number ones, they're fine. I think this movie is perfectly fine. Got unwarranted backlash because of when it came out, and in terms of what
Yeah.
it's a political thing. That's perfectly fine. But as a movie, it's told
I
well.
think it got the unwarranted backlash because didn't it come out like it got bad luck because I think it came out like pretty close to like there was like some mass
There's some
shooting.
shooting. Either it was Parkland or something. I don't remember what when I was
Yeah,
there.
and it was like this movie came out like a week or two after that happened. Yeah.
Something like that. And which is hey, bad luck, I guess. But in terms of an action movie, that mid-tier action movie, it's fine. It's a fine
Yeah.
movie. Do I need to see another one? If you make it, I'll watch it. It's perfectly fine. It's Bruce Willis. When
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is on, he's good. When he's off, he sucks. In this movie,
Yeah.
he was fine, and Vincent D'Onofrio's in it, and he's good in it. So,
Oh, I love Vincent.
um, next movie I watched was a samurai movie called Lone Wolf and Cub: Sword of Vengeance, which is the first movie in a 6 movie series. My next review on my YouTube channel is based on this movie. It's
Okay.
fine. It's a good samurai movie. There's better. That's it. I'm just gonna. I did a whole review on it, so I'm not gonna talk about
Yeah.
it. Then I started watching 2 classic cop shows. I
Okay.
started watching The Shield and NYPD Blue. Now I've seen The
So I know you've
Shield.
watched The Shield before.
Yeah,
What number viewing is this for you of The Shield?
this is my 6th viewing of The Shield.
Okay.
Either 5 or 6, one of those two. Because I've seen it so many times when I was a kid. When it was
Yeah.
coming, because it came out in 2002. So I've
Right.
seen it a lot when it was coming out, and then I've seen it a lot since I became an adult, where I can understand it more. But then now, obviously, since my job, I watch it more through a better lenses. My you obviously don't have to be a law enforcement to understand the movie, or the show, but I can look at it and go, okay, so I can view it differently now with different
Right.
lenses, knowing that I know people that do stuff like Vic Mackey does in the show,
Yeah.
or I knew people that did.
Yeah.
They don't have jobs anymore. Let's say that. But no, it's a great show. I love it. I think I'm working on a video idea about how people always talk about Breaking Bad and Walter White as the guy who like made anti-heroes like
The
really nitty gritty.
quintessential action
And
anti.
it's not true. The Shield was infinitely better.
Yeah.
For cops, for good guys who become bad guys. Like the Shield's
Mhm.
infinitely better. It's more gritty. It's more tension building. There's more stakes. All that stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Um, my dad's a big fan of both shows.
Hmm.
He loves Breaking Bad, and I think that he would say Breaking Bad, but I'm telling him to rewatch The Shield again. He's
Yeah.
only seen it once, so I'm telling him to rewatch it because there's some shit. The first episode, I don't mean to spoil it for anybody, but the first
Hmm.
episode of the show, the pilot, has the main character shooting another cop in the face and killing him. That's the pilot. Because he's a dirty cop, about to get snitched on. He's like, fuck that shit. Bang! Kills him. Hey,
Michael Chiklis is a dirty cop.
Michael Chico, he's a dirty fucking rat, man. So
Damn.
good.
The
So,
Thing. It's
yeah.
the clobbering time.
Yep. So I'm
Nice.
watching that. And that's slow pace. I'll watch it piece by piece, season by season.
Yeah.
NYPD Blue, the show that again I grew up watching with my dad. To me, it's the grandfather of nitty gritty cop shows.
Okay.
It was doing things in '93 when it came out that, man, it was showing like more levels of nudity. It had really intense storylines for police procedural shows that you weren't seeing on like Miami Vice and shit like that.
Right.
Especially from the cop perspective, where the cops are the ones who are broken people.
Hmm.
So that's another great show I started watching because I've seen the last few seasons of it when I was older. The last like season 11, 12 have Zach Morris in it, so that's
Okay.
why I knew it. But there's a whole. The first season has David Caruso in it. I had no idea he was in the show,
Huh.
so that's where I'm at with that. Moving on, I watched a movie with Val Kilmer in it called Real Genius. I've seen it 18,000 times.
I think I've heard of this movie.
Classic. It's a classic 80s movie. 1985, Val Kilmer, Real Genius. He plays a genius, and it's about him in college with another kid who's younger, and they're brought in to work on a laser project. And it's like a goofy,
Okay.
coming of age. I don't know. It's like it came out in 1985. It's a cult classic kind of movie where it was positively received, but I feel like it came out the same year as so many other great movies, so it kind of
Yeah.
got buried at the time. Now it's like people respect it and love it. So, Real
Right.
Genius. Then I watched Point Break.
Oh
It's
ho.
Point Break. I've seen it 1,000
Like,
times. Next movie I never did see until I watched it on HBO Go. That's off HBO Go now. Was Darkest Hour.
oh,
And
the Winston Churchill
yeah,
movie.
and I didn't like it. I didn't
You
like it.
didn't like it?
No, and I thought that it picked the time period that I thought was the least interesting. Like
Mm.
it was about
It's about the lead up to the war, right?
well, the war was happening. It happens honestly during Dunkirk as well. About
Hmm.
Churchill becoming elected as prime minister or chosen or whatever, up
Yeah.
until like around after Dunkirk, I believe is where it ends at. And I just didn't. I didn't like that time period of it. That was kind of boring, and I focused obviously more on him in his life, and it's fine. But I thought the overall the film was kind of boring and kind of slow.
Mm.
Then the next two I've seen already, so I'm gonna go by quickly. I
Oh,
watched 13 Hours with John
okay.
Krasinski. Then I rewatched Jack Ryan.
Did you like that?
13
I wanted to
Hours?
watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The Benghazi one?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. It's Michael
Yeah.
Bay. It's Michael Bay, man. It's
Michael
Michael.
Bay, baby.
It's Michael Bay being good. Michael Bay.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Bay being like The Rock. Michael Bay. It's like Michael Bay, like
Like Bad Boys 2, Michael Bay?
I would say The Rock more. Like
Okay.
the Rock with Sean Connery, and if you've never seen The Rock, anyone who's never seen The Rock,
Yeah.
Sean Connery and our main guy is in it,
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage. It's a fantastic movie. To me, this is the same level. So in terms of
Okay.
like it being a awesome movie, no, but
Yeah.
it's a fun action movie. I like 13 Hours. To me, it's me prepping because I never really cared about John Krasinski before because I'd never watched
Mm.
The Office.
Okay.
So this is like was my entryway into okay, can this
Into
guy
John Krasinski?
yeah, can this guy be Jack Ryan? Because Jack Ryan holds a very special place in my family's heart.
Yeah.
I've said before that. Hey, hey, my dog's being a little brat. What are you doing? That Jack Ryan and Tom Clancy versus a big part of my family.
Yeah.
So this was a test for John Krasinski in my own eyes. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, he's solid in it. He went the Chris Pratt route where he's a funny guy, he's comedic, he's goofy.
And then he
gets
did Zero Dark
then
30.
he gets an action movie, gets Jack, he plays a gritty action guy, plays a SEAL.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt plays a SEAL in Zero Dark 30. Then you
Yeah.
get all these other more serious roles. You get Jurassic Park and you get Jack Ryan. So you get A
Yeah.
Quiet Place. So that's the route that he's going. That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine because I think he's really great. Now that I've seen him in the action role, he's a really good action role actor.
Yeah.
Not to mention that obviously everyone loves his wife, so you can't help but not like him too, because
Yeah.
they're a great couple from what you see on Graham Norton.
Yeah.
Then I watched Jack Ryan again because I wanted to, and then lastly, what was the last thing I watched? Last thing I watched was Jack Reacher. I watched
Oh,
Jack
okay.
Reacher.
The first Jack Reacher?
Yeah, give me a second. Start vamping
Yeah.
for a second. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know. I like Jack Reacher a lot. It's my dad's probably his favorite Tom Clancy. I don't know. My dad's favorite Tom Cruise. It's like probably Jack Reacher or Mission Impossible. I don't know. My dad's a big Tom Cruise fan, so I mean he loves Jack Reacher a lot. Like he watches Jack Reacher 1 and Jack Reacher 2 like over and over again. Like that's it's probably one of his favorite Tom Cruise series to watch besides Mission Impossible is Jack Reacher for my dad. So
Sorry, my dog's chewing on a fucking vacuum cleaner piece
oh my gosh.
because he's 10 months old. He's a little brat.
Yeah.
Um,
E.T.
so no, yeah, I watched Jack Reacher 1, which I've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's good. It's Taken.
Solid flick, man.
Yeah, it's like Taken. You know, it's like that same level.
Yeah.
It's Tom Cruise in his power fantasy uh, role, and he's
Pretending
funny.
like he's not 5'10".
Oh, he's 5'6".
Oh, is he 5'6"?
He's 5'6" or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because and I know in the books, Jack Reacher is supposed to be like 6'5",
Yeah,
like
he's
two
supposed to be like a
fifty.
big, intimidating
Like
dude.
yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is like 5'6", like 172 wet. Like
Yeah.
not intimidating at all. But I really like the movie. It's fine. It goes back to that thing if it's a Taken thing where it could be more violent than it actually is, but it's a perfect PG-13 action movie.
Yeah.
And I started last night. I started watching Never Go Back, but that
Okay.
movie was so bad in theaters when we watched it. That movie is so crappy.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher 2 is so bad. And I started watching last night. I go, oh no, I don't want to watch this. I turned it off
Oh no.
because I forgot how bad it was. I thought maybe that it would be better, but it wasn't from what I remember.
Yeah. I
But
never watched that one, so I'll keep not watching it.
I thought you and I saw it in theaters. Who did I see in theaters with then?
You didn't see it with me.
I thought we did.
I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure we did, dude.
I don't know what happens in Never Go Back. I know he has some shit with his daughter. That's all I know. I'm
No,
pretty sure I did not see that with you. You probably saw it
it's
with
Colby
Kyle.
Smulders.
No,
I don't know.
I didn't watch
I
it.
swear you
I
saw
think
it
you
with
watched
me.
it with Kyle.
I don't know, man. All right, but yeah, that's what I've been checking out. So good list.
Okay.
We'll move into our next segment.
Yes.
Preface here, this guys, we're going to bypass our review this week of On
Yes.
Her Majesty's Secret Service. Also, by the way, Hulu took it off.
What did they?
Yeah, bullshit. Hulu took it off. They took off a bunch of James Bond movies.
Yeah.
So
They've got it's Hulu. Amazon's got a bunch. I mean, they've all got like a bunch of them. Netflix has got a bunch. Hulu's got a bunch. Amazon's got a bunch. So yeah, I mean they're all over the place, but they're not all in one place, which is annoying.
I know. So, but we're gonna go ahead and move into we have a lot of news. So that's gonna be our majority of our episode this week. It's gonna be that we're gonna hold the review off for next week.
Yes.
So we'll move into our news stuff. Zach, what's the first thing you want to talk about?
First piece of news that we got. I feel like we have to talk about probably one of the newer trailers that came out,
Okay.
which is Hellboy.
Right. Now, which one did you watch? Did you watch the regular one or the red band one?
I watched the Red Band one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I still don't like the way. There's something about David Harbour's face as Hellboy
Yeah.
that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But watching this trailer, I dig the action a lot more, and I kind of am digging the tone more of what they're going for.
Right.
I get it's like Deadpool level of like ultra violent, but also like funny stuff, and I get that. I also like the weird cheetah thing. That was a pretty fucking sick reveal.
Right.
But yeah, there's just something about David Harbour's face as Hellboy. I don't know what it is. He's got like some weird overbite thing going on or something like that. It just looks weird to me every time I see a close up of his face.
Oh yeah. I like the trailer more for sure.
Yeah. I would
The
definitely
first
like it more than
the first one is ass.
That first one was bad.
It's bad, and then this one is definitely not great, but it's definitely way better. And actually, if this was the first one, I would have been way more
Excited, yeah.
happier to see the movie.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna see it obviously, but
Yeah.
I would have been. This felt like Star Trek. That's
Mm,
the first one felt like Deadpool. This one feels like Star Trek,
okay.
with more blood. And we're gonna
Right.
put some music in there, but obviously the backlash from the first trailer with that YouTube,
Yeah.
oh my god, there's so many dislikes on that thing. And
Yeah.
we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna recut it. We're gonna add some more. We're gonna take a cover of a song. We're gonna slow it down. We're gonna
I
make
don't
it
remember what the
more.
cover was. What did they even cover?
It's oh my god, I can't remember
They
what
did
the
like the Justice League shit where they like, yeah, they took some classic rock song and
and
like
then
slowed
they
it
just slow
down.
it down, recover it,
Yeah.
detune it a little bit. Um, but yeah, it looks a lot better. Um, I still don't necessarily care for the team because
Yeah,
they
I don't really care about the girl. I mean, the guy's cool. Like I said, I like the weird cheetah reveal type of thing, so that makes me more interested in like his character overall. But like, I still don't understand like what the girl is, and so I don't care about her like at all.
yeah
I'd rather see Liz there than her.
yeah. I'd rather see
Uh,
Liz and I'd rather see Abe,
yeah, I wish Abe
personally.
was in this.
And
So
honestly, they haven't really showed a lot of BPRD stuff yet, and that's kind of bothering
no,
me.
they really have. Well, I don't know. It's been kind of weird stuff because I think they go to that deli thing. I think that's supposed to be BPRD,
And I'm
but
sure it
they
is,
haven't
but
done
they haven't
much. I
really.
mean, I like Ian McShane as Broom. That's probably like one of the better.
I don't like that dude. I
You don't
really
like him?
don't. I think he talks like he's too. When I read the graphic novels, the voice in my head did not say this guy, which is
Mm.
fine, because I thought the guy from the first one is infinitely more what I
Yeah,
expected
that guy was
from
much closer
his
to.
dad. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's what I expected more from a scientist.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. Ian McShane doesn't really strike me as like
I
Hellboy's
expect him
dad.
to like. I expect Hellboy to be like, "Oh, fuck you, Dad," and then Ian McShane to be like, "Shh, no, fuck you,"
Yeah.
right? Whereas
Got that
in the
den
first movie, the guy who plays the professor is like a professor,
yeah.
right? Which is
An old
again,
scholarly English man.
yeah, and they're going for a choice, and that's perfectly fine, obviously. But
Yeah.
it's a lot better of a trailer, I think, and I'm
I
way
like
more
Mila
excited to see it.
Jovovich in it still. She's fine.
Who?
Mila Jovovich.
Oh, yeah, she looks fine. Yeah, I mean
It's cool.
it's her.
But
Is her husband doing this movie or no?
I don't think he is. I think
Okay.
this is one of the few movies that she's doing that
Okay.
does not involve him.
So because I feel like every movie she's been in,
Well, he did all the Resident Evil
yeah,
movies.
but I feel like every movie she's been in, she was dating the director because she was
Yeah.
dating Luc Besson when she did Fifth Element. I'm pretty sure,
Was
or
she?
either after the movie came out or before it they were dating when she did Fifth Element.
Interesting.
I don't know. Whatever. Hey, it's one way to make it in Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
Me too. Next piece of news I want to talk about is actually this because this might be actually a longer piece of discussion.
Okay.
And this came out 3 days ago, and right, I think it hasn't been confirmed yet, so I think it's still a
Okay.
rumor. But Disney is reportedly coming in to, again, rumor, and bringing in George Lucas to help fix Luke in the next episode of Star Wars. This is from a website we got this covered, which is I guess a website I've never been here before.
I never heard of them
But a
before,
lot of
but
YouTube people are doing this, talk about this as though it's a again they were purposing saying it's a rumor. So George Lucas coming back, rumored to help fix Luke in the next episode of Star Wars. It's
yeah.
like how do you feel about that, man?
I I don't know. I mean, it's just I feel like a lot of people are like willing to forgive Luke because willing to forgive George because they hate the Last Jedi and
Yeah,
Solo and like the Rogue One and all that stuff so much that like I don't know. And I think the main problem that a lot of people had with I mean, especially when you look at like the prequel stuff, is like not the creativity because he was definitely a creative person, and I think he could like he knows like the mindset of like what that character needs to be in. I mean, he was the person who created Luke Skywalker. I think he would know the correct trajectory um, of where that character should go. But I mean, as long as he's not like changing dialogue and shit like that and making like actual like story choices, if he's just like consulting on like where the character should be heading and like what kind of progression you should be going forward. I don't know. I think I'm fine with that for the most part. I don't think anything's like too wrong with it. I mean, I've never hated George. I never really disliked the prequels all that much. I mean, they're bad
right.
movies, but I didn't like. We've talked about this before.
Yeah,
Don't dislike them, but I mean, they're not good movies. But
I'm gonna
um,
say I'm on the spectrum of bring him in 150,000 fucking percent because we act as though he didn't make Indiana Jones. That he didn't
Yeah.
make the original trilogy. And
Yeah.
you can talk about how the prequels are bad movies all day because they're bad movies.
Yeah.
But he made a sense of universe there that the new trilogy does not have. Like
Right.
no matter how much I will watch the prequel movies all time. I don't mind. I think they're good movies. And I'll
Yeah.
watch them for sure. But there's stuff about them that is really solid. The sense of universe that he builds, the lore he
Yeah.
builds is really good. Now there's some dumb stuff in it, like all the freaking trade stuff and all that crap like that. That's really
Yeah.
annoying stuff. Dude, hold on a second, okay? Hold on. I'm sorry. My dog is being such a brat right now.
No, you're
He's
good.
now chewing on my boot for my work boot, and it's killing me here. Hey, stop doing that. So no, I think that if he came back in at all in any capacity is better than not having him at all, because
Yeah.
clearly they have no idea where the fuck Luke's supposed to be at.
I think that's the biggest problem. Well, it's not even just Luke. I think the biggest problem that everybody's noticed about Star Wars since The Last Jedi is that they have no clear direction of like where the
Yeah.
hell they want to go. They just said that they wanted to make a new trilogy and like that was it. That's all they had was they were going to make a new trilogy, but there's no direction or overarching plan other than that. And I think a lot of people went into it with the rose-colored glasses of like, oh, they did the MCU, so they'll obviously have something going on. But like, this is not the same creative mind that's behind the MCU, and there's clearly not that like driving singular force that Kevin Feige is for Marvel. Like,
Well, clearly
Kathleen Kennedy
Kathleen
is
Kennedy
not
has no idea what the
Kathleen
fuck
Kennedy
she's
is
doing.
not Kevin Feige.
No, she has no idea what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
And some so I would say this is because me and you are on the side of the fan base that is whatever, and the other side of it is whatever, right?
Yeah.
A feminist fan base or something like that. And it's not trying to get into that on a
The
pure.
force is female, Jason.
Yeah, okay, that should piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because not even a political spectrum thing, because we can talk about that if you want to. But in
Yeah.
terms of storytelling, Rey is a bad character.
Yeah.
The movies are bad movies. They're not good movies. The best one is TFA, and why is TFA good? Because it's fucking New Hope. That's why it's
Yeah.
good. Last Jedi is a garbage movie. Nobody can explain to me when I ask people why it's good, can tell me why it's good. I have
Yeah.
seen no reasoning on YouTube from people who talk about it as to why it's a good movie. If the reason is this, oh, it subverted expectations, and that's why it's good,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why it's good.
Yeah.
Even if the expectations were subverted into a trash can,
Yeah.
what's the point? What's you shit
They
on a
subverted all your
character?
expectation because it was garbage and we thought it was going to be great, and that subverted your expectation.
Could you imagine being like our parents' age and waiting 40 years or whatever for a movie to see what Luke does and he becomes a fucking bitch?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
He dies.
Could you imagine waiting 40 years to see the Kessel Run, or go, what is the Kessel Run? What is a parsec? Or how
Yeah.
did he? His name Han Solo, and they give you all this fucking jerk off material in your fucking face. It's
Yeah.
terrible. The franchise is terrible because
Yeah.
they're trying to make so much damn money and they're getting fucked up.
Well, I think Rich Evans said it best from Red Letter Media when he was. I think he talked about it when he was talking about Rogue One, which is basically that Star Wars, contrary to what people think, Star Wars is a very small universe.
All right.
There's only so many things you can do because it's like if you look at a movie like Rogue One or Last Jedi or something like that, there's everybody wants to think that it's very expansive, but when it gets down to the movie wise, there's like there's always these check marks, these check boxes they have where they have to have stormtroopers,
Yep.
they have to have AT-ATs, they have to have X-wings, they have to have TIE fighters, they have to have lightsabers, they have to have the Force, they have to have the Jedi, they have to have Sith. They have to have all these things that like you have to check off, and if you don't check that stuff off, somebody's gonna be mad somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you do check it off, then that restricts your creativity of what you can actually do.
And it's not that we talked about Last Jedi before. With the direction that they took Luke, I will stand at the mountaintop and say that it's a shitty direction. It was bad writing. It was bad writing to make Rey the all savior.
Yeah.
For no reason, because we have no reason to why she should succeed. We have no reason to root for her, except for that she's a lady.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason why.
That's all the reason we have now.
We have a reason
Last
to root
Jedi,
for.
there was that little bit where it was like maybe her parents are like some famous Jedi or something like that, or somebody that like nobody knows about. But now she's literally just a girl from
And
fucking bumfuck Egypt.
watch they actually change that to make her parents actually someone special because of how dumb the backlash was. We had
Yeah,
a reason to root for Luke, right?
yeah,
His parents are gone,
yeah,
killed by the fucking Empire. His
yeah,
dad was a fucking Jedi master, killed by the fucking evil Jedi, right?
yeah,
His parents that raised him are murdered, burned alive. He has
yeah,
nothing left. They're looking for him. The
yeah,
Empire is looking for him in those fucking droids, right? They have to save the droids to save what's left of the Rebel Alliance. And he's told by an old guy who's been watching him his entire life. I'm here to train you to become a Jedi like your father before you. There's a reason why we root for Luke. There's a reason. It's not because your parents aren't here and you can fly all of a sudden for a good reason. You can fly
yeah.
the fucking Millennium Falcon for no reason. You're good with a sword
Even though
for
you've
no
never
reason.
flown anything in your entire life
Right.
besides a land
You're
speeder.
good with the Force because you were in danger, so you're good at. You don't think Luke's ever like been in danger his entire life and had to
Yeah,
use the Force? They explain why is Luke good at flying. They explain he was testing to go to the Academy. They
yeah.
explain that. Is he good with a lightsaber when he first gets it? No. You see him get
No,
fucking
he's fucking
shocked.
awesome.
So
Yeah,
so you see him progress. We
yeah,
care about Luke's progression over the three movies. So by
yeah,
movie 3, where it's literally like 5 years or whatever, 6 years from the first movie, and he is a Jedi Knight,
yeah,
you care. You see that's the progression, right? But with
yeah,
Rey, it's why do we care? Why
yeah,
should I care? Because you didn't make me care in the writing.
yeah,
I care more. I've said this before. Who should have been the lead of this movie should have been Finn.
yeah.
Not even because he's talk about diversity. Fine, he's a black guy. That's
I
diversity
think
for
the more
Star
interesting
Wars.
part about it is that he was a former stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah,
He was raised by the evil, and
yeah,
he's going no, fuck that. That's bad. I'm not gonna
yeah,
do that. I'm gonna redeem myself, redeem my people. That's a better story
yeah,
than just I'm a lady on a
hmm,
desert planet like Tatooine, like Luke,
yeah,
like Anakin,
yeah,
and then that's it. So George Lucas, he gave them all his notes of what the
yeah,
movies could have been, the sequels,
yeah,
and either they took some of it or didn't. Doesn't matter. You have all of this freaking expanded universe EU legend stuff
yeah.
that people like
And you could
myself,
totally pull from, and
and
people
you
would
can
be
pull
okay with
from
it.
it. How come it's okay if Marvel pulls from their
Yeah,
comic universe and the 616 and the 6 whatever and
yeah,
Ultimates, but it's not okay for Star Wars 2?
yeah,
You have stories there that you can tell. Everyone, every character except for like Finn is a garbage character in the new trilogy. There really are. Oscar Isaac, who I love as an actor, that character blows.
yeah.
Rose, forced character, really shitty, boring, one
Oof,
dimensional.
yeah,
Leia, waste of fucking time. Luke, waste of fucking time. Han, waste of fucking time. Chewie, waste of fucking time. BB-8, crappy version of R2,
yeah,
right? Finn's the
yeah.
only good character in that series, and they said, we're gonna put him on a useless mission.
Matt Canada, shitty version of yoga.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the point? What's the
Yeah,
point? Kylo Ren, bad version of Anakin.
angsty version of Darth Vader.
It's like he's like, and maybe they're trying to say it's like, oh, if Luke went bad, oh, okay, but that's still not good. You're not doing it well. I'm not saying the performances are bad. I'm saying the writing is bad.
Yeah,
Because Adam Driver is great in the movie with what he
yeah,
has. He's good with the fucking script.
yeah,
But goddamn, is the movie so fucking bad, man.
yeah.
So JJ needs everything he can get. Because I don't know. I'm not sure if you've been up to date on this whole Brie Larson Captain Marvel fiasco going on.
I haven't. I've heard some shit about it, but I mean, I
Okay,
just don't.
I'll
I mean,
give you.
I've been don't give a fuck about that movie from the beginning, anyways.
Yeah,
So, I
exactly.
mean, for me, I heard about it, but I mean, I was like, I wasn't excited to see that movie anyways. So it's just like, oh, it's just another reason for me to not get any sort of hype or anything for it. So,
Well, there's some thing where she quoted saying she wants to be a Jedi or some shit like that.
oh my
But
god, she said that.
yeah, I guess in some interview, I guess. But Captain Marvel, the Rotten Tomatoes, here's a legit thing that needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And you can research on your own, Zach, if you want to get more depth of it. But it's a big thing I've seen on YouTube that I've been watching. I've been keeping up to date with it.
Okay.
Between the Vic Mignogna voice actor sexual assault allegations, I've been watching that a lot, and then watching
Oh, the
Captain
guy,
Marvel
the Broly
stuff.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Captain Marvel stuff is very interesting because Captain Marvel before had like a 96% want to watch rating on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, before it comes out, people click, I want to watch this. Now it's at like 30 something percent, or was at 30 something percent because Brie Larson came out and made comments about how there's a lot of white men who are in the press pools, and she wants to
I saw
do
that where she said something where it was like the press tour for Captain Marvel will be like 100% less white or something like that.
something like that. And I'm paraphrasing here, obviously from memory from however long ago when the original story started, talking about a lot of white guys in my press pools and my press interviews, and then this movie's not for you or something like that. Again, forgive me if
Yeah.
I'm mistaking it. But so the community on YouTube, and I guess on the left, they'll say it's the alt right or
Yeah.
men or whatever the group is now. They'll
Yeah.
say that it's they're going out there and they're trolling and they're giving bad reviews to the movie on Rotten Tomatoes, and so they brought the score down from 96 to like 30 something, and then
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes went on there and they removed that feature.
Yeah. I
So
saw
now
that.
nobody there's no more want to see percentage, and then
Yeah.
Vox and all these left wing places are saying, oh, it's because they're trolling. You're giving bad reviews of the film,
Yeah.
which is not a review; it's a want to see score. Whatever, right? Politics
Yeah.
aside, don't matter. In terms of that percentage number,
Yeah.
it sounds so sketch that you all of a sudden, before the movie comes out, want to remove this feature.
It
And
was the same thing. It was oh my God, was it something with Ghostbusters or what was it? The thing that it was like the thing that came out on Netflix, where it was like Netflix had to get rid of their rating system and change
oh
it from a
right,
thumbs up to thumbs down because so many people were giving this one thing like 1 star, and so they changed their entire fucking rating system for that
but it
bullshit.
shows you, and this is maybe a conspiracy type theory, but it's really not. It's fact and logic
I mean, it's not. I
that
mean,
these
it's
companies
correlation is
pay. These
causation. So
companies just pay these
yeah,
sites and these outlets for. There's a reason why I don't take Collider reviews with any sort of meaning because they go to early screening, so
yeah,
they get the option to go see the movie early, so that because most people don't care where the review comes from, and they, yeah, I'll pay you to we'll let you into the early screenings. You write a good review. That's like the bargain, non-spoken bargain. So I'll
yeah,
rather wait for half in the bag because they don't get the option to go see the movie early. Because who's
yeah,
gonna get? Because they know that they're gonna get fucking railed if the movie's bad, right?
yeah,
So that's why I don't take those reviews seriously. The Variety, Hollywood Reporter, I'll go for the news, fine. But when it comes to actual film reviews, I don't care. That's why I don't
yeah,
care about the critic scores of Rotten Tomatoes because those people are not me. I'm the
yeah,
audience. I may care more about film than the average film goer does, but my brain is still the audience goer, right?
yeah,
Like the fact that Last Jedi, when it came out, had like a 96% critic score and like a 30%, 40% audience rating.
yeah,
That's not, that's a, there's that says something, right?
yeah,
So I don't know, man. Like they're digging themselves a hole, this website,
yeah,
by taking away those features and showing you that the opinions of the people that who are the majority of your website that they don't care.
yeah.
Example right here. Last Jedi has 91% critic score, audience score is 44%. That's
Mhm.
a big gap.
That's a huge
That's a
gap.
big gap, right? And
Well, it's like
that's
the
like
same thing where it was fucking Ghostbusters or something like that. It's like 20% audience and like
yeah.
it's
Let's
like
see.
70 or 80% like critic store. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Ghostbusters 2016.
It's like the disparity is ridiculous.
Let's see. Ghostbusters 2016. Let's check it out. Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 74% critic, 51% audience.
That's not as bad, but
But
still.
then again, it goes back to the fact that the reviews for critic are 364. The reviews for audience are 118,000.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, and again, it's a website. Invest your time as you will. It's a website.
Yeah.
Take what you can. But it seems so. First off, if you want to talk about Brie Larson and those comments that she made,
Mm.
and you're getting it in the backlash that she's getting, you asked for it.
Yeah.
It's a superhero movie by a character who was probably made by a white guy read
Pretty sure
by
it was made by like fucking Stan Lee.
and but for a character that existed because white men mostly paid money for those comic books.
Yeah.
Let's let's be real. You think people give a shit? You think Power Girl isn't going to have a lot of white guys watching Power Girl when it comes out,
Yeah.
whenever it comes out at some point? Excuse me,
Yeah.
Power Girl was made and existed because white dudes liked Power Girl. Let's be
Yeah.
real. You think Jeff Johns makes Stargirl and people don't? It's going to be a bunch of Asian dudes paying money to be. No, it's a white. The comic book fan base is majority white men. That's that's what it is.
Hmm.
Let's be real. Let's act as hey, okay. Talk about demographics, right? I'm an Asian guy. I'm an Asian American. We go to the fucking top 10 SAT spots in the country. You think I'm gonna be surprised if it's a bunch of Asian dudes or Asian people?
Mm.
Nah, I'm not. MIT. What's the MIT percentage of Asian people at MIT? It's probably gonna be high. Am I gonna be surprised? Nah. Now, if I watch hockey, I'm a big hockey fan.
Mm.
Now, am I surprised when it's a bunch of white Canadian dudes or dudes from Russia? No, it's hockey.
Yeah.
Remember, that's the fan base. It's the demographic of the thing you're watching. Let's just
Yeah.
be real. Am I mad because PK Subban plays in the Predators? No, PK, he's a black guy, by the way. Heads up.
Okay.
He's a black dude. Do I care? No, he's a great player. I'm all about it. But do you think that it's like, huh? Oh yeah, he's a black guy. Let's
Yeah.
be real, okay? It's like saying an Asian quarterback. Come on. When's the
Yeah.
last time you seen an Asian fucking quarterback play in the NFL? I can't name one.
I can't even remember the last time an Asian player played. Period.
I can't name one.
Yeah.
I can name Samoan dudes who played not quarterback, who play other positions, but I
Yeah.
can't name one quarterback Asian guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, you're gonna shit on the people that made the product.
Hmm.
Again, let's go back to the fact that I've talked before about Black Panther. I know I'm going on a tangent here. Black Panther was made by white dudes.
Yeah.
So don't remember where it comes from. Literally, it came from the mind of a white guy.
Yeah.
It's just that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Next piece of news.
Next piece of news. A little bit hype for me. I know. I don't think you saw this movie, but Quiet Place 2. Basically,
Yeah, I
everybody's
never saw
coming
it.
back to star in it, and then John Krasinski is still directing it, but he will not be starring in it because he died.
Yeah, that's what I do recall that.
But Emily Blunt will still be in it, which is interesting. I thought it'd be. I thought if they were gonna make a sequel, they would like go away from that family and they would like go to like because there are still like it's not like they're the only people who are alive in that world. So I'd be interested to see like go to like a different part of that world, like a different part of the country, and see like how a different family was reacting to this whole
Crisis.
crisis, this world where you can't make a sound or anything like that. But I don't know, it's cool. I mean, I like Emily Blunt, so I mean, it's not bad. It's just not what I was expecting, but
Right. And maybe eventually I'll end up watching it.
it's a good movie, man. It's good. I mean, it's got really good tension, and I like the world building a lot. It's really solid. So
Right. Well, the next trailer I wanted to mention, I'm not sure if you watched it, is the trailer for The Kid
yes, I did
with
watch
Chris
this.
Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Dane DeHaan. It's directed by Vincent D'Onofrio. Comes out on
I
March.
did not know that he directed this. Interesting.
Yeah, it comes out March 8th,
Yes.
which I'm pretty sure is the day that Captain Marvel comes out, right?
I think Captain Marvel comes out the 16th.
Okay. So The Kid trailer, it's a Western film. Ethan Hawke has a bunch of people from fucking The
Is this
Magnificent
in
Seven.
theaters or is this a streaming service?
It's in theaters. That's what it
Okay.
says. The trailer, I like the trailer. It's fine, looks fun. There's
Yeah.
something about Western films that use modern music that really kind of
He
clashes
throws
for
it
me.
off, yeah.
Not that it looks bad, but it looks fun. Chris Pratt looks cool in it. He's playing a different kind of character, which is cool.
He's
Dane
playing a villain,
DeHaan,
right?
he's kind of like I think like an
He's
abusive
kind of
character.
unrecognizable. Like they showed him off a
The
little bit, and
big
I was like,
beard,
"Is that
yeah.
Chris Pratt?"
He's playing like an abusive brother or dad or something like that.
Yeah.
Dane DeHaan's in it. He looks good. And usually Dane DeHaan kind of like it's weird because Dane DeHaan for me is like a guy who is hit or miss in a lot of things.
Okay.
Like in Chronicle, I thought he was aggravating as fuck. In Spider-Man, I thought he was aggravating as fuck.
Yeah.
In Valerian, I thought he was so bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's good in. Never mind. What do I like him in? I don't know what I like him in.
He was definitely bad in Valerian.
Yeah, so I don't know, but he looks fine in this movie. Ethan Hawke looks like Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke's going through a bad phase, man.
Is he?
He's doing a lot of these shit movies that like aren't anything special.
He did the first Reformed or whatever, and people like that.
He's not part of that his career where he's doing a lot of these like lower tier movies that really like
Yeah,
don't matter. But this looks good, so I'm excited for it.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
next?
So next thing we've got another trailer that came out, which is that second trailer for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, man.
Uh, the first trailer I was like, all right with it. Like I was like, okay, I get it. It looks pretty cool. This new trailer dropped. I'm actually really excited for this movie.
Surprisingly, I am too. It looks interesting.
It looks
Um,
very interesting. I like Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan, so I like that he's playing Pikachu. I like that he's bringing his. I mean, basically at this point, every character he plays since he became Deadpool is basically Deadpool in like a different skin.
yeah,
Um, and I mean,
yeah.
he's like playing like a PG version of Deadpool as a Pikachu, but I mean, it looks interesting. It looks fun. I like the way that the Pokemon look. They look really, really cool. They look better than I thought they'd look as
Yeah.
like a real life take on Pokemon. So
Yeah, I'm surprised this looks so much better than I thought it was going to.
yeah,
I expected Sonic from this, and it looks fine. It looks interesting, and it looks fun, and it looks
yeah,
like a family movie, and looks like a good time. And I don't like Ryan Reynolds at all. I think he is really not a good actor and
hmm
not fun, but he looks fun in this, or he sounds fine. Sounds fine in this, so
yeah.
I'm excited to see it. Um, I kind of want to skip the Dark Materials trailer because I don't really care.
Okay,
And we're coming up on an hour, so I kind of want to get you out of here so you can go to bed.
yeah, okay.
Just want to do Altered Carbon?
Yeah, we can do Alter Carbon.
Okay. Altered Carbon season 2 video teaser is
Yes.
out. You posted this in our document. So what do you think about
Yeah.
it? Are you excited for
Well,
season 2?
the biggest thing about it for me was, I mean, it wasn't even, it's not really even like a teaser. It's literally just like them
A
like
production
scrolling through the
teaser, yeah.
cast.
It's like a
It's really
production
just the
teaser,
cast,
yeah.
and so the biggest part about that is that you've got Anthony Mackie, which is
Yeah.
huge. I like
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie a lot. He plays a Falcon. He was in, oh my God, what else was he in? I know he was in some other stuff. Wasn't he in like Gangster Squad?
I never saw Gangster
I feel like
Squad.
he's in like a gangster movie like that. But I mean, it's Anthony Mackie. You like if you've seen a Marvel movie, you know who Anthony Mackie is.
I honestly wish it was Chadwick Boseman instead if we're going to go with Marvel characters.
Yeah, I could. I don't know. I like Anthony Mackie more than Chadwick Boseman.
I feel like Chadwick Boseman can do action better.
Yeah.
I like Anthony Mackie more, but I've only seen Anthony Mackie. From what I've seen of Anthony Mackie, I haven't seen him in a ton of movies, but
Yeah.
I feel like when I see Anthony Mackie in interviews, he's just playing the Falcon, and
Yeah.
vice versa. So I feel like that's kind of his range,
Okay.
and I could be wrong. Now Chadwick Boseman, I've only seen him in
I've
Black
only seen him in Black
Panther,
Panther.
and I
He's
saw
got a Netflix movie out, but I haven't watched it.
yeah, Message from the King. I think that's
Yeah.
what it's called. But I clicked on it to watch it or the trailer, and he's doing the same accent as he's
Yeah,
playing
he's
a good
doing the same. Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
okay,
he's like
whatever.
he's like I was like it doesn't make any sense because he's from South Carolina and like all of his characters are like
African.
South African, like
Well,
West African.
he plays Jackie Robinson in the movie 42 or
Does
whatever.
he? Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's him. But I feel like he can do action more. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
But yeah, that's interesting.
my last piece of news is that Guillermo news. You want to talk about that?
Yes, dude, I'm so excited for this. So Guillermo has a new film. Well, he's got a bunch of new films. He's doing a bunch of shit at the same time. From what I've seen, his biggest thing he's working right now is he's working on this Pinocchio movie for Netflix that I don't really give a fuck about, even though I mean it's Guillermo, but I mean I don't really care about Pinocchio. But he's working on a new movie for Paramount with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot called Zanbato, which I read this synopsis and it's very, very strange, but also very interesting. So it's basically centers around a young girl with lethal fighting skills, which in this article they describe her as like Hit Girl from Kick-Ass.
It
Um,
honestly reminded me of Hannah or that movie that came out
oh
a
yeah,
couple
the
years
new
back.
the Amazon show.
But it's
Yeah,
based on a movie
yeah,
from like 2010 or whatever. But yeah, the Amazon show. That's what it reminded me of, like
yeah.
Hannah
I can
or
see that.
Henna or whatever.
But yeah, I mean that's basically the only thing they have plot wise is he's she's She's a young girl with lethal fighting skills. And she's not a ninja because people apparently mislabeled her as a ninja, and Guillermo said she's not a ninja.
Well,
So
the name's Zambato.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like I think it'd be like a Japanese ninja girl, but
Yeah, it sounds like or
apparently she's
like
not
a
a ninja.
samurai thing, like
Maybe,
because it sounds
but
like
yeah,
Zatoichi or like Zanpakuto from like Bleach. So like I
yeah,
can get it.
I can see that. I
I
don't know, but I mean, it's bad robots. So I'm hoping there's some like crazy sci-fi element to it or something like that, because that's what JJ is known for. So, um, but yeah, no, I saw that and I was instantly excited to see that. He hasn't really. I mean, he's been working on a bunch of stuff, but since Shape of Water, he hasn't put anything out. I mean, he's just had his fingers in a lot of pies, but he hasn't actually.
isn't he doing the freaking scary movies?
He's not. He's producing that. He's
Oh,
not
okay,
directing it or anything
okay,
like. I think he might have helped write it, but yeah, I mean, as
gotcha,
far as like directing, he hasn't really gotten behind anything. So
gotcha.
I think this will be one of the few things that I'll actually like get behind.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, again, he's a good director, so I'm always excited to see. I
Yeah,
never did end up seeing Shape of Water, so
it was decent. I mean, it was basically like what's a good description for it? I would
all
say it's like a cross between like Cinderella and the creature from the Black Lagoon.
right.
But it was a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite movie of his, but
Yeah, it's good.
I could definitely see it being the most critically favored. Plus,
Yeah,
you've still got that weird Guillermo twist where
yeah,
it's a fish man. So
yeah. Whenever I look back at his filmography, I'm always impressed with like Kronos and
yeah,
the Devil's
Devil's
Backhand,
Bone or Devil. I
Devil's
think it's Devil
Backbone,
Backbone,
Devil's Backbone,
Bone,
Devil's
but
Orchard,
it's something like
Devil's
that.
something like that.
The one with the
Hold on.
ghost,
Yeah, hold on. Let me Google it because now I'm like annoyed. It's like Devil's Bone or Devil's Backbone or something like.
something like that. Yeah, he's got
Um,
that. He's got. I mean, he's got Pacific Rim, Pan's
the
Labyrinth. He's
Devil's
got
Backbone. Yeah,
Devil's Backbone. He's
Devil's
got
Backbone.
Hellboy. I mean, he's just a creative and fantastic director. So everything he touches ends up being at least like has some sort of redeeming quality to it for the most part. Because he infuses that little bit of creative spark that I think a lot of directors are missing nowadays.
Hold on. Kronos came out in 1993. Are you serious? Damn.
How long
Okay.
has he been a director? Jesus.
All right, let's go. Hold on. I'm gonna go into Guillermo's filmography. His first film was Kronos '93, then Mimic in '97, which I never saw. And then he did Devil's Backbone in 2001, then Blade 2, obviously, Hellboy,
Yes.
Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy, Pac Rim, Crimson Peak, Shape of Water. Yeah.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep,
Crimson
yep.
Peak.
Yeah, which I never saw.
I watched halfway through it and I got really bored.
And I guess
Um,
he did a couple things in Mexico, short films, I guess.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So, but
And
yeah, I
Crimson
mean,
Peak is one of those things where I talk about not being able to watch period pieces. Crimson Peak is a prime example of that, where I like Guillermo a lot, and it's an interesting ghost story, but it takes place in like late 1800s, like America, and I just don't care about the time period.
see, I'll watch that because I'll watch cowboy films, so I'm okay with
See,
that.
but it's not cowboy; it's like Victorian,
Yeah,
or
like
it's like
ritzy ditzy.
Victorian going over to America or something. It was some
Yeah,
weird time period thing where I was just like, this is not for me.
right. Well, anything else you want to mention in terms of news?
I don't think so. I don't think there was anything else major that came out that I was really hitting on.
Okay.
I mean, the Irishman trailer dropped. We
A
can just
Dead
talk
Did
about
dropped. Yeah.
how much of a letdown that was, where nothing
Yeah.
happened, and it is just
Fucking names.
it was names and Pacino and De Niro talking. And
Yeah.
if I want to hear Pacino and De Niro talking, I'll watch Heat.
I'll
So
watch Heat. Yep. So I hear you like to paint houses.
yeah,
Bullets. Okay. All right. Whatever. What
yeah,
a
I don't know. It's
terrible.
very strange. I wanted to see actual footage, and we did not get that. So
Absolutely. But all right, guys, we're gonna cut it here for this week. We're about an hour in. Zach can go to bed.
I do have to
Probably.
go to bed.
I have to go to work soon. So thanks,
Yeah.
guys, for watching License to View. Next week we'll go back and do our full review, the full episode next week. Back episode 46,
Yes.
almost on 50 after 4 years. So
Almost. We're pretty close, man. We're hitting it up
closer.
there.
It only took 4 years to get there. So well, it took 1 year if we just did it consistently, but whatever, or almost
There
one
you
year.
go.
So thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you back next week with more License to View.
Yes. See you guys.